Welcome back to a mini. As a reminder, on minis, Lorissa and I just catch up about what's been going on. We've been having amazing guests on lately, but then her and I don't get a chance to go back and forth and just discuss what's up with life, what's going on, what's new. So here we are, mini episode. What's new?
What is new? So many things are new. You know, I feel like yesterday I woke up and I had this epiphany that I was finally ready to let go of the kids a little bit.
Wow.
I know.
This is big.
I know.
What an epiphany.
And you know what's interesting? So now they're 3, 2, 1, which I love saying. I mean, she'll be 1 in 2 weeks. So it's they're 3, 2, 1, which is the funnest thing to say, the most fun thing to say. But I think it's challenge, or I've experienced this challenge, where you are like, this is my work and this is what I do and I own it and I live it. And then I have, not that your kids are secondary by any means, but you're by no means going to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Where I think there's some of us in my camp where we could absolutely see ourselves being a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
But on the same hand, we have this brain that likes to work and create and make money and do all the things. And it's really hard. It almost makes me emotional to think, because it's I totally could be a stay-at-home mom. And I would love it. And I also love working.
I know.
And it's really hard. It's really hard to figure out, and again, I hate the word guilt because I just don't really believe in that. But it's just this pull where you're like, I really love doing this and I could do this for all day and I really love doing this. Now I couldn't work all day because then I'd be away from the baby. Anyways, now I'm going on a tangent. But with that said, I feel like this whole time I've been trying to square peg round hole, where I didn't really want to leave them.
Yeah.
I do I love my business. I believe what I'm building. I believe that it's going to be extremely successful. It is successful, and it's only going to get more successful. But the overarching thing was I don't want to be away from the babies. It was almost a wrong timing thing. So I woke up yesterday and I was like, Michael, I am ready. Let's do this.
Wow.
What are we doing? And I think I would make excuses for a lot of these places or a lot of schools or a lot of nannies or whatever. And I am really particular, don't get me wrong. But I would go there and literally my husband was like, how many schools have you been to? 25, 30? And I'm like, yeah, they're all terrible. They're really not, but I think it was just me not being ready to do it.
It's a big decision. Even though I know in my bones, I wouldn't be a great stay-at-home mom. It's not what I want. I swear I probably think about it 5 times a week. I regularly have the conversation with Jeff, am I going to regret it? Am I making the wrong decision? Should I just be a stay-at-home mom? And it's I even know that I don't want to be. And I know that's not, I know our family's good where we're at.
Yeah.
I know all these things, but it's still that pull is just wild. Because that's what happens when you love those humans so much, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just...
Well, and there are moms, I have moms in my mom group who are hate working, don't want to lift a finger, passenger princess, that's it. My brain just wants to do this. And not just, but I just want to be a mom and I want to be a mom and own it. And I think that's amazing that you know that.
I'm a little envious of it,
I'm a little envious of it because I'm like, God, why? You gave me all these babies so close together, but then you also gave me this brain who's I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, ooh, that would be such a great addition. Oh, that would be such a great collaboration. Oh, and I just can't turn that side of my brain off.
I've told Jeff, I'm like, if we didn't have kids, you would never see me. I would work all day, every day because I'm so obsessed with what I would do. Yeah. You'd have to drag me out for meals. I
love it.
I'm so obsessed. I have so many ideas. I'm sure I know we're similar in that way.
But it's also what made me so good at my corporate job. I loved it. I always say this, I make this joke, but the company that I was at, I put them in my wedding vows because I was I literally said I will vow to give you as much time as I give to VMware because it literally would consume my brain all day. I'm like, how can I sell more? Oh, this technology, it would just consume my brain.
I know.
So anyways, that's my big
hilarious.
update. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did go look at a Montessori, which was kind of weird. And this isn't me being I'm not putting them there. It was fascinating. I could see the boys there, but they're free range chickens just running around. Have you ever looked at a Montessori?
I haven't because I love ours, but you don't even like chickens.
No, not actual chickens. The kids are like chickens, just running around.
It's that has to have health issues.
No.
Okay, the kids are like chickens.
And I'm like, so who's like doing stuff with them? And the director was like, oh, well, no, it's a child-led program. Like they do whatever they want. And we are there to like assist, but it's,
just all day they do whatever they want?
Kind of.
I like more structure than that.
Yeah. But the Montessori thing is so popular and, I see a lot of benefit to it. So anyways, that was it. Me, I woke up and I'm like, cool, I'm going to go to her school today. So that was on Monday.
Oh my God, I love this.
And so now I feel like, okay, should I start interviewing other nannies?
That's what I was going to ask. Are you committed to school? Or are you going to find like a nanny?
I'm not committed, but I'm committed that I'm ready to do something.
Okay. That is a huge transformation from when we started this season of the pod.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's it. That's my update.
Well, that's a huge update. And I really think it's an important thing to talk about, honestly. That poll is just so intense. It's a hard one. I think it's timing. I think it's accepting that I think a big part of it is like also believing that your family and your kids can still be the number one priority and you can have something else.
Totally.
Because I think both can be true, which we talk about.
True. Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people assume, and again, like I share a lot of my life on social media and you see a lot of what I'm doing in the day to day. I'm not a complainer. I don't complain about it. I love it. It's just the thing that I thrive in. And the other thing can be true that I'm really good at working and making money and creating things and networking, all of these things. And so I think there's a common misconception about working moms who I think on both sides, working moms, it's like, oh, you just don't want to be with your kids. Not true. Stay-at-home moms, oh, you don't have any other creative outlet or ideas or anything. Not true. There's like so many shades of gray in the middle.
There's so many shades of gray. And I think it can be hard to figure out, I don't know, what's been very helpful for me is thinking very intentionally about how I'm going to design work with kids. Because it's probably the primary reason I shut down my consulting business was because it was all consuming. I was on calls all day long. So even though I was working from home, but not available at all to the kids. And so I shut that down so that I had more control over my schedule so that I could be home. I could be there when the kids need me. I still take calls with my clients, but it's like very pared down so that I can make sure I block areas of time that I want to make sure I'm there. So just figuring out what feels good in your body. Does that sound funny? But that's how it is for me.
No, for sure. Yeah, because when I worked my corporate job, once I had Layton, everything was remote at that time. I kind of got lucky because it was COVID, and then like I literally got hired at VMware, and then it was COVID. I did this job previously, and I traveled a ton. I covered US and Canada and whatever. But when we got engaged, I moved over to VMware, and it was kind of like a step in the right direction of not traveling all over. So very Southern California based. And I did that because I was about to get married and I knew I was going to have kids. Anyways, I worked from home 99% of the time, but I'm on calls with clients, I have to listen. I have to be on. So Ashley's over there with the baby. And so it was like I'm tag teaming all day. And I'm like, hey, I would literally give her my call schedule. So you guys need to be on a walk or you need to be in the playroom or something. It just was more... it's like all of this Jenga that you have to figure out. And now, honestly, I think because the brands and businesses that I'm working with know that I'm a mom, and that's kind of like, not my selling point, but it's like my selling point. Like literally, I'm like, hey, I got everybody in the backseat. So if that was a good time, or I'll even say that, like people say like, oh, I want to do a call at 11. I'm like, should it be a Zoom or can it be on the road? And if it's on the road, I have all the littles. That's just what it is, And I don't feel bad about it now. It's just like what I do, It's your life. And I think that all takes a lot of intentional planning and deciding exactly what business you're going to start that allows that. And I think that's the part that's allowed me to get more at peace with it. But I'm not ever fully at peace. Like I swear we have this conversation all the time. We do have this conversation all the time.
Yeah.
And things can change. We also have this conversation all the time where it's taken me, Layton's 3. So it's taken me, he'll be 4 in a few months, but it's taken me all this time to finally say, okay, I could put you somewhere today. Maybe it's Montessori. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a couple hours a week, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Any van or two. They're kind of a package deal. And if I don't like it, I just can not do it. I can just change it. And we can go back. We can figure out something else. So there's no permanence in that. So even that feels a little bit more comfortable because before even just the thought of it just didn't feel right in my gut.
Yeah.
You know?
It's intuition. It wasn't the right time.
Yeah.
So what are your next steps? You toured a school.
I toured a school. I looked at the Montessori option. I even had, this might sound crazy. Do you guys do Lifetime? Is there a Lifetime near you? No?
I've heard of it. It's a gym?
It's a gym.
I've heard they're incredible.
So I've also heard they're incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go scope it out. But I even thought this is like a little bridge into getting them away. I'm there on the property and I can put all 3 kids there. And they do, ours does language. They do Spanish class. They do yoga.
What?
Yes.
At the gym?
At the gym. In the kids club.
And then what are you doing? You're just working out for an hour and then you come get them?
No, they have like offices there.
Oh, wow.
Like working space. Oh, and you get 3 hours, wow. 3 hours a day in part of your membership where the kids can go.
Well, I mean, that's almost like an answer.
So... The best part about this is my husband's been trying to get me to do this for 2 years. He's like, you should do Lifetime. You should do Lifetime. I did try one time to drop them off and they both lost their marbles and started screaming. And I was pregnant. Well, yeah. I tried Leighton by himself when I was pregnant with Evander and he started crying and then I started crying. And I'm like, okay, no. This just wasn't ready. I tried both the boys when I was pregnant with Jaja. Everyone started crying. But finally I'm like, you know what? It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I hit this wall. I don't know what happened.
It's
I'm like, sayonara, kids. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the same wall I hit with sleep training. It's just you have to know in your bones that it's the right decision. And then it's easier to tolerate the discomfort that comes with the transition period.
Totally.
Which is exactly what you're talking about.
And they're going to be 4 and 3 in a couple of months. They're so social.
Yeah.
They're like me and Michael. They want to be out. They want to be with friends. They want to be doing stuff. And I don't truly believe in the socialization, as a core competency, but I do think there's some they should go have fun with people.
Yeah. There's definitely benefit to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if it was just going and sitting at a gross gym with a bunch of sick kids, that's not it. But literally do you want to do rock climbing? Do you want to do French? And I'm like, yes, I want to do all of these things.
I wish we had a Lifetime. Well, that works so well for you too because you need a block a day just to respond to people. You can't we've talked about how you can't pile it up to 1 day a week.
And right now it's piling up.
So this is good.
3 hours.
All right.
And I don't have to leave. No one's going to, because I'm super, I have this big fear of people kidnapping them.
Yeah.
From school, That's my own internal trauma.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no one can steal them. I can literally sit by the front door.
Yeah, I'll be there the whole time.
I'm here.
Anyone coming in, you got to pass me.
Yeah. So I just think it's an important journey for everyone to do on their own too.
Yeah.
What feels right for you, not what other people think, not what other people say, not when other people's timing is. No one knows what you're feeling. And from my religious standpoint, obviously, I do believe that discernment comes from God. It's I gave you these kids. I'm going to give you the discernment to know what to do with them.
Yes. And what's right and what timeline.
Yeah. I didn't give these kids to somebody else. I give them to you. I'm such a believer in that.
I really am too. And I think another part of this, and one of the reasons that I think you're so successful is because you took that intuitive hit or however, the discernment, and you immediately took action on it. You're not one that's just going to be yeah.
I was like, wait, let's go to this one right now.
You're not going to sit on it for a month and be all right, maybe I do something. When I said, what are the next steps? You already knew. And I knew you were going to know because that's right? It's I made a decision. I was ready and now there's a plan in place and we're going to take action. And that is one of the reasons that you're so successful is because you're not just waiting.
Yeah, no. There's no waiting.
No.
No, because either it'll fail and then I'll swizzle, or I'll like it. I don't know. Schwizzle. I think I use that word all the time.
You do. I'm going to start using it. It's a good one.
So anyways, that is what's up with me. What's up with you?
I don't even think we need to go into, I don't have anything that good. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to think about it a little bit. But I feel like that's just a good topic. What's new with me is really, I don't know. It's a whole other tangent that would get us out of mini territory, honestly.
Okay.
But overall, I think even when you make those decisions, what I would say, and you decide the kids are going to be okay, from my experience, it's still a constant reminder and a constant reevaluation of okay, I know I made this decision. I know it's okay for me to work. I know it's okay that I'm having some help in the childcare realm. And I'm going to keep having to have the conversation with myself internally when the doubts come up. And it's like,
Totally.
is this right? Do I need to change anything?
Yeah.
And make sure it still feels good. Because it's
Yeah.
it's, I don't know. I deal with it constantly.
Well, and you know what? That brings up a good point, and why I also don't believe, when people say I'm trying to find the balance, I think you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
Because you're always kind of trying to navigate.
Yeah.
And maybe you try out a thing for a year. I mean, like I talked about this recently too. I have been posting for 2 years and still figuring out what gets traction and what doesn't, and figuring out how to learn from that. I had one version of Lorissa's list, and it was a total I mean, it was like it was bad. And I was like, okay, well, that wasn't it. And we got to, so if I'm just, I don't know. I'm just such a firm believer in that. Like, is there ever really a balance?
It's like
I don't know.
It's don't focus on the destination, right? Focus on the journey. Because
Yeah.
like focusing on when this is going to be in perfect balance and I need to reach this perfect balance is like this focus on the destination. That's just like, is that ever going to happen? And if
Yeah.
it does happen, how long? It's really just, are you enjoying the path that you're on? And if not, let's shift it and keep moving instead of setting this goal that may or may not be attainable.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. Cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear more.
I'm excited. Let's see. Let's see where these kids end up.
Until the next mini.
Until the next one. Bye, guys.